In chapter 4, you write about the brutal rape of Tamar by Amnon, the son of King of David. This is a story from thousands of years ago, but obviously we know that abuse is very relevant in our society, maybe even more relevant than it was back then. What can we do to really protect our children from this rape and sexual abuse that seems so dominant?
First of all, I think we have to make people aware that it is very prevalent in our society, that most women are abused by somebody in close proximity, somebody that they know. It's not strangers. It's a Girl Scout person. It's the Sunday school teacher, unfortunately. It could be the uncle, the cousin. And I use this horrific biblical story about Tamar to explain that in the process of her innocence and trying to do something good, that she ends up molested by her brother. One of the things that we can do to prevent it is to watch our children. Check them when they come in, check them when they go. Be very careful who we allow to have access to our children. And notice little telltale signs, mood swings, eating disorders, depressions, things that are out of character, drop in grades, anything like that may be clues to that. And the tragedy that if there be anything worse than the abuse, it is that more times than not, the people that the child confides in doesn't believe them. So I would say to parents to be in touch with your children and to know what's going on with them. And then to people who have been victimized and who have been ostracized, I use this chapter to say you're not alone.
Yeah.
I think the worst thing about any kind of pain is that you feel so alone. And with that comes the shame of being excommunicated out of the general populace of people, when in reality, this is quite common. The stats are like 1 in 3 women molested between the ages of 5 and 15 in America. That's a lot of women.
Yeah.
Hopefully the book not only will heal those who are hurting, it will also make the parents more vigilant about watching over their children and being very, very careful, because just because someone is in your life or related to you doesn't mean that they're safe with your child.
I think that that's one lesson that you always kept around us is,
Yeah.
we weren't allowed to stay at just anybody's house.
Right.
And it's certainly something that I'm translating with my children. I know a lot of times we feel like, oh, I know so-and-so. But I do think it's important that we protect our children, both my son and my daughter.
Absolutely.
And just to be more cautious about who I have them around. So I think that this is going to be good because a lot of us weren't raised that way.